Hey everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to use Asana and Zapier so that when a new contact, someone fills in, or a customer or client fills in this form, this is a HubSpot form, this information then goes in and creates a new card here in our customer feedback board in Asana. So we'll grab an email from here. You take this one, we'll pop it in the form to populate. Okay, and then we're going to submit this form. So this goes into HubSpot's backend, and we're going to use this as our trigger in Zapier so that it will then create this card. So we're going to jump into Zapier. I'm going to use the AI feature to quickly build the bare bones structure of the Zap. So we want to say new form submission in HubSpot creates a new task in Asana. So now we have this one that the wizard's created for us, the AI. So we've got HubSpot form submission to Asana task creation. Looks pretty good. So let's try that. Okay, so we choose the HubSpot account. Click continue. Choose our form. It's our feedback form. Click continue. And then we're testing the trigger and we're getting that example that we just tried out there. So here we go. So because my form doesn't have a first name, last name field, the information from Zapier has come through with some default first name, last name, which I can just ignore that because I don't actually need that information. And then we go to Asana, create task, continue. Let's choose our Asana account. Now to connect Asana, we have to click connect a new account. And then we've logged into Asana in the other window, so it's automatically got us. And we can see here, team at Terrific, click continue. And we can select the account. Team, this first one is required, you can see here, but these other ones may or may not be required depending on what you want to be doing. So we've got that. Let's skip the other ones. We want to have the project we were working on. And let's jump back into Asana so we can see we're talking about the customer feedback project here. So you can see here, these are all the different ways we're interacting with our tasks. So it could just be like a normal task list like this, but we're viewing it as a board so we can move the cards. And so let's go back into Zapier. And we want to find, customer feedback. And then we've got the name. So this is going to be the name of the task. So we can see here the name of the feedback. It's this text. Like that. And we can see the description would be down here if there's any description content. So we're going to put it all in the name instead. So we're going to say feedback. And then I'm going to just do this little dash and then put the email address, so that we all have it together. And if we needed to, we could go back to that contact and ask them about this comment. We can skip description. We can skip all of this in this case. You could fill this in if you wanted to. We could say, we could write today and it would automatically adjust because we've got this little icon here, which is a special date and time feature in Zapier, which allows you to do some things like write today or tomorrow, some simple instructions, or to add and minus numbers from the days as well. So we will do that just for the sake of showing this feature, but probably wouldn't need it for this kind of task in Asana. We can assign anything else we want to for this task, all these different elements here. We can make me the assignee or do anything you like. We can also add the tags here as well, but going through these we'll save for another video. Okay, so now that's all set. We go continue. And now we can test the step in Asana. Looks like it's come through. Let's have a look at Asana. Yep, we scroll across. Here it is. Great. So you can see here, it's just come through as yesterday, probably because of the time difference. So there we go. See, we're missing all these tags here. So that's why they look a bit different, but we can do that. We'll cover that in another video. And you can see here, this is the task. So let's turn that on. It's pretty easy. And let's test it one more time once it's turned on, once it's published. Okay, let's do another form submission. Grab another email address from here. Okay, submit that. We'll go to the history, and here we go. That looks like it's worked. Let's go to Asana. We can see here it's also come through. It's also yesterday, so I think that is to do with the account time set. So we can actually adjust it slightly, and we can say, because I'm in Australia at the moment and the time's a bit earlier than the Asana account, so we can just change this Zap, edit the draft, and we can try just saying day today, but then we'll say plus 11 hours so that it adapts to Australia time, which is where we are at the moment. Let's test that out. Great. So it looks like it's worked here. Time zone can be a little bit tricky. You need to sometimes, depending on your account settings, need to keep this in mind. Asana and Zapier, if you have different account time zones set, then it may not work correctly here. So you may need to play around with the timing or your time zone settings as well. So we maybe go into a bit more detail another time for that. So that's it. And then don't forget to publish it again when it's ready. And that's all it takes. I'll follow up with another video tomorrow regarding the other direction. So how to send details from Asana through Zapier to another software or another technology, another platform like HubSpot as well. So this video we've set one up to go from HubSpot into Asana. The next video we'll do the reverse of that. So feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see that content and more content in the future. And like the video, this has been helpful. Please share any comments or questions. I'd really love to receive any feedback at all, and any guidance of things you'd like to learn about in the future as well. Otherwise, look forward to seeing the next video. Cheers.